the Café Cruiser by Ride1Up, one of the best value e-bikes that we've checked out this year.
This bike is a Class 3 e-bike with speeds up to 28 miles per hour and pedal assist, 20 miles per hour with throttle only, but it's got a really cool trick that we'll show you that makes this bike very unique.
What's up, dude? Hey, how's it going, guys? And we'll get into that in just a sec. It's an accessory that you can buy separately, but it makes it a ton of fun. My kids have been riding this bike a lot this summer, and they tell me it's one of their favorite bikes that we have here in this garage. And we have a lot of bikes that we reviewed and that we will review. But the reason they love this bike is it's an overachiever in terms of speed and performance. And it looks great. Let's do a walkthrough from top to bottom.
Starting up on these swooped handlebars makes it really nice, gives you an upright position for riding. On the right side, you have Zoom hydraulic brake levers with faux leather grips, a Shimano 8-speed shifter right here, thumb throttle on the left, display right here, another faux leather grip with Zoom hydraulic brake levers. This is an accessory that they sent us. It's a phone holder. Moving down the front, suspension piece on here, which has 80 millimeters of travel. You can lock it out and adjust the preload. We ride a lot of e-bikes. The front suspensions typically suck. This one doesn't bottom out under my 200-pound frame, so I give that a thumbs up. You have hardened alloy fenders right here with 26 by 3-inch Shaoyang tires that grip really well and give you that extra width just so you have better traction in loose gravel or sand. 180 millimeter brake disc right here with Zoom hydraulic brakes. This light in the front that's not the brightest, but it'll help you be seen by oncoming vehicles and other pedestrians. Moving down the frame here, we have a 48 volt by 15 amp hour battery, which is 720 watt hours. This is the charge port cover, and on the left side, you have a key to remove the battery. You just twist the key, pop off this lever, and it comes out real easily for charging, or if you want to make it lighter for bike rack. We have some metal pedals here, and in the rear, we have another hardened alloy fender with a 750 watt motor, which provides 60 Newton meters of torque. 11 by 32 teeth cassette with a Shimano Acera derailleur, which is a lot better than the entry-level derailleurs we've seen on other e-bikes.
It comes with the rack installed. The rack is actually integrated with the body. You can see this isn't something that you need to screw on. It's all integrated, which helps with the clean lines, and then also helping with the clean lines, the cable wrap. The cable management is done really nicely. And the comfort on this bike. You have this nice, wide, comfy seat. Like we said earlier, this bike has a pretty neat trick up its sleeve. It's a spare seat for the back for a second rider. I think it's rated up for 130 pounds. So if you have a friend, a kid, a girlfriend, or a spouse that fits that requirement, this is gonna be a pretty darn cool upgrade.
It has a little spring lever action here, and you should just be able to put it right on. Man, that's really snug, and that's half the reason why this rack is built into the frame, so it can support more weight.
Super easy. But there are two other issues when riding with a second passenger. That is, where are they gonna put their feet?
We have some nice sturdy pegs.
And how do they keep their legs, their clothing from getting tangled into the wheel?
We have some guards to prevent your clothing from getting sucked into here. One of the best parts is Ride1Up provides you with high quality tools. This and the Allen wrenches it came with were hardened steel.
And Andrew makes a good point. It's not just the tools that are high quality. I think in general, just all the components are very high quality. For the price point, this bike offers a lot, but let's see how it performs. We're gonna go take it for a spin. We're gonna talk about the things that we love about it, the things that we don't love about it, and who should get this bike. So let's get our safety gear on. All right, we've got the safety gear on, and here we are riding around the neighborhood, heading towards the park. It's a beautiful day, and the Cruiser is cruising.
I like it. It rides really smooth. I like an upright position. Swooped handlebars are really nice.
But it's definitely a cadence sensor hub drive motor. There's a little bit of delay at the beginning, on par with some of the better e-bikes that we've tested. And so it kind of feels like a hybrid commuter and a cruiser. So you can cruise along to your commutes. For those of you guys that are commenting, why is Jimmy wearing so much safety gear on this e-bike? It's because normally I'm on the electric unicycle filming. And when you're on an electric unicycle, just safety is number one in my book. And so I like to wear my safety gear. But yes, I am a little overdressed for this e-bike.
Great stopping power on these brakes.
Hold on, dude. So we went for a little little spin. I know I'm a little bit heavier than the stated weight capacity, but it was fun. And how did it feel handling from the front?
It felt good. It definitely a little bit of a lag because we're over the weight capacity, but rode really smooth. If I could pedal, it helped out a ton.
I'm gonna have to give this a try with some of the kids and maybe with the missus. So the back seat works really nice. It has a weight limit on the back of 130 pounds. We've done it with more and we've done just fine, but just know that it's weighted for 130 pounds, so perfect for a small companion, and it's a very comfortable ride. It doesn't feel awkward at all. So using the rear seat is nice and comfy and it's very convenient. The problem is pedaling, my feet are hitting the passenger's feet on the pegs. I can try to scoot my feet up more forward to prevent that, but then it's just not natural and it's not as comfortable. So normally when I have someone in the back, I'm pretty much using throttle most of the time, or I try to get them to adjust their feet so just their tippy toes are on the pegs.
There's a lot to like about this bike. It's high quality construction, really plush seat. I love the hydraulic brakes, but I do prefer the Tektro hydraulic brakes we saw in the 700 series. The color of this bike is just beautiful with the nice finish. Hardened alloy fenders. The ability to use throttle only when you're not using pedal assist is nice if you want to just ride casually, not use any battery up unless you're starting or going up a hill. I love the ability to add this extra seat on and how quickly this fastens in there. The tires are very nice. Xiaoyang makes a high quality tire. A lot of these e-bike companies cheap out on tires and you can feel the difference in them immediately. So the 26 by 3 inch tires really help for street riding, and it helps in the loose gravel that we're about to ride on. Oh, the front suspension is really nice. A lot of these e-bikes use really cheap suspension. They bottom out easy. They don't really compress well. This suspension with 80 millimeters travel works extremely nice and doesn't bottom out easy.
My favorite things about this bike, the overall value. Fit and finish on this thing is awesome. Good quality parts. We usually don't see this type of fit and finish and these quality parts at this price point. But no e-bike is perfect, so we're gonna keep riding, and at our next stop, we're gonna talk about the things that we don't like about this bike.
This bike ride's really nice without pedal assist on. Some of the other e-bikes, when you ride them without pedal assist level on, they feel clunky, your leg positioning is incorrect. The geometry on this bike is really true to a natural bike. Definitely a little bit heavier to get started, but that's why I love that you can use throttle only and pedal assist 0.
All right, Andrew's gonna see if he can get a top speed here on this little run.
28 miles per hour.
He got the 28 miles per hour as advertised. Okay, let's talk about the things that we don't like about this bike. Andrew, get started.
I would love for them to add a color display on these bikes. Ride1Up always uses this screen that kind of reminds me of a Casio or Seiko watch from the 1980s. The rear light, it's only a tail light. It doesn't work as a brake light. They could simply integrate that. I would love them to integrate that just for extra safety features. It'd be nice if it just had a little bit of C-post suspension to help with the bouncing around.
And for me, great fit and finish on this bike, but when we were installing the rear seat with this guard, the holes drilled in the guard, one in particular was off, and so we had to re-drill that hole. Otherwise, the fit and finish was great. We're gonna keep riding, enjoying this beautiful day. While we ride, we're going to talk about who we think should get this bike. All right, guys, so it's been a joy riding this bike. I feel like this is a great budget-friendly bike. It's a great value, and it's perfect for someone looking for a commuter bike. It's got the rack, it's very capable, it's got the suspension, so this makes a nice commuter bike. What about you, Andrew?
This makes a great cruising bike. I was just on that sand and had no issues at all. This is great for sidewalks, just really nice for casual cruises around the neighborhood or to the park or just to run errands.
Yeah, and Cruiser is right, and that's why it's called the Cruiser, and having the option to add that additional back seat makes it very versatile. Check out the full written review at ebikepedia.com. Thanks for watching, and when you guys ride, wear your safety gear.